What's good, YouTube? Throttle Havoc here. I'm Alpha.
I'm Jason.
And we is back with another one, man.
Y'all can see the car has been parked for a little minute.
Yeah, she's been sitting
for a little minute. So if y'all have been watching this channel for a while, periodically we've had like clutch pressure issues. We'd go to the track, the clutch would lose pressure. Sometimes it'd be on the floor, like it'd be at like a half pump, or when it would get cold outside, we would lose clutch pressure. Couldn't figure out why I would see clutch fluid like leaking somewhere, but it never was really apparent. Finally, fully failed on me. I was coming back after taking my sister to her dentist appointment. I backed it up into the spot I was trying to, and then I had no clutch pedal. It wouldn't go into gear, so I had to turn it off, turn it back on in gear, pump it into the spot. Yeah, my sister was freaking out, but essentially, we had a failure within the clutch line somewhere, so let's show you guys what exactly failed. We do have an aftermarket clutch line on here, by the way.
All right, as y'all can see, here's the clutch line assembly that we are replacing. We have a AN line that's going to be upgraded from the plastic one, which basically clips into here and clips onto the existing line that's already there, which goes back to the actual clutch, the clutch system. Yeah. All right, so if you guys take a good look down here in the engine bay, but I don't know if you guys can see, but my finger's pointing to it. That is the fitting right there that we are trying to get to. That's connected to the stainless steel line. All right, now as you guys can see, this whole bar wraps around here.
Yeah, that whole piece. It's hard to really show it on camera, but
yeah, but
there wraps around and it goes back into the firewall right back there under this plastic line is this one right down here.
Okay, so just to show you guys, we've been having a leak right at that plastic connector that's coming just from the AN fitting. So we're gonna start it up and show you guys exactly how it's leaking. So we're basically gonna take both of those parts out and see which part has failed, which rubber seal has gone out, and basically show you guys how you can either prevent this and either stop this from happening or not having this issue at all. Other than that, let's get right to it.
Yep. First, let's get a cold start. It's been parked up, like I said, for a month. It's on E85. I started it like last week. I barely wanted to start because the battery was almost dead, but it still hasn't been started in about a week. So let's get a cold start. Yeah, you can see all that fluid coming out on the bottom.
Yeah, so all that's coming out from that plastic fitting. And every single time he applies pressure to the clutch,
it shoots right out. Matter of fact, as y'all can see, the clutch is like on the floor right now. So if I pull it back out, it'll build pressure, but it's down on the floor right now.
All right, also shout out Super Clean. If you ever have anything that's super dirty, super dirty engine bay, dusty parts, oily parts, this is a Super Clean degreaser, which knocks out most of the debris, most of the stuff. But we're gonna show you exactly what you can use this stuff on.
And I mean, shout out Super Clean, sending us some products, go check them out. If you ever got anything that's super dirty, you can get it Super Clean. All right, so y'all can see we got bags up in here because brake fluid will strip paint over time if you let it sit. You really don't want it touching your paint, so just try to keep it off. This is a braided stainless steel clutch line from McLeod, so you can see there's a dash 4 fitting here and here. You can see where all the stuff is seeping out right here. So we have bags under, so when it's leaking out, it can catch. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this line off of this first, and then we'll worry about taking off this line after. All right, so we decided we're going to take this out first because there's not enough space really to mess with this AN fitting right here. So it should pop out. There you go. Ooh, look at that. Wow.
Yeah.
So what that tells me is when this was put in, whoever put it in didn't put it in correctly because it got pinched. And like I said, we had clutch issues from the beginning of us having this part put in the car. So it would leak fluid periodically. So I guess it just finally finished getting itself torn up. But look at that.
Yeah, that's
terrible. I can't believe.
That's not even the damn washer anymore.
So it looks like we don't even need to switch the other part out, realistically speaking, but we might do it since we were here. But I mean, look at this, guys.
Yeah. As you guys can see, it's definitely that rubber O-ring that's out of there.
And again, I don't want to blame this on any other company like McLeod. This is specifically on whoever put it in, didn't put it in properly, because that shouldn't look like that. Like you can tell it got chewed up. Like that's not.
You put like a little bit of clutch fluid on the rubber seal before you.
Yeah, you can't just push in a dry O-ring. So when I looked it up, they said both of these are supposed to be dash 4s, but as you can see, the dash 4 fits perfectly on the bottom part, but on the fitting, it don't do shit. So the 13 is gonna be what you're looking for on this. You can see that fits perfectly there. So go ahead and get you a dash 4 on the 13 mil. Yes, sir. There we go. A little simple, came out. The culprit is out of there. I guess this is metal. It is metal. It's just black. I thought the whole time this was a plastic fitting, but it's aluminum.
As you see, the new one is a little shinier. That's all.
Yeah, no, this one came black. It came like that. But yeah, you can tell how long it's been leaking because you see the rust on there. The aluminum doesn't even rust like that, and it's coated.
Oh. So
yeah, you can tell this thing has had issues for a minute.
You can see it in there.
Yeah, bro. Wow, that's terrible. All right.
So, so the last time you went to the track, you had that same issue?
Yeah, remember how every time we would go do a run, and then like that's also probably why like sometimes like when I'd be shifting like extra fast at the track, I'd miss a couple shifts.
Yeah.
Remember that? Because it's probably like it was probably losing pressure.
Right.
Yeah. Damn, bro.
All right. Okay.
All right, so we're putting it back in now. What we're gonna do, because I do have O-ring lubricant in my closet, is I'm gonna go ahead and lubricate this with O-ring lube. That way it doesn't bind up like it did last time. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna take this and take this. Go ahead and tighten them together. There we go. So that should fix our problem, but while we're here, we're gonna go ahead and swap out the part. You know why? Because this was like 10 or 15 bucks. That part there was like 100. So we're gonna definitely go ahead and change that too.
We're gonna get them up.
Shout out again to Super Clean. We're gonna use some of this degreaser, spray it on there. Gonna wipe off the surrounding area where brake fluid got all up here. And gonna wipe off that old part there.
That get any greasy residue off with ease.
Yep. Now let's get to taking off the other part.
All right, next on the list, we're gonna take off these two 13mm bolts.
See if I can get them on the camera.
So it's one right there on the top, and then there's one on the bottom of that master cylinder. So we're gonna go ahead and take off this first 13mm bolt on the top. Let me get my hand over
Here, be careful with that.
It's a little loose. 13mm. Bottom side, you got you a ratcheting wrench. You should have a pretty easy time with it.
Yeah, just make sure you don't drop it.
Yeah, if you have a socket on there, you're gonna have a hard time fitting it in there. But, okay, loose. So to get it loose, I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of the way by hand. You got big ass fingers.
Yeah. If you got a wife or a girlfriend that likes helping you work on the car, it's a perfect time to have them help you.
Perfect time to bring her to.
I would be using mine, but she's at work. So
little hands, little fingers. All right. And that's your last 13mm. Now, should be loose.
oh, real quick. So if you guys do also need that part from Ford, this would be the part number right here, just so you know, so you can see right there.
F43Z7A512-E.
Again, this part's like $100, so just keep that in mind. But you know, it shouldn't really be a part that goes bad often. Mine isn't even bad. I'm just changing it out because I already bought it and I'm here. So let's do it. Also, so you guys can see, this is the part number from McLeod. If you do need it, 139160. That's the part number if you do need this from McLeod. If you guys see here, this is the piece that goes into the firewall, right? So if you look, there is a indent right here for a metal push ring, like how we pulled out on the other side with the flathead. The issue is, this is why you always hear people talking about how mechanics want to punch engineers in the face. This is one of those times. You would think, okay, cool, it's under this clutch line here, which is no problem, right? You'd be able to like get something in there to pull it out. The issue is that the way the clip is oriented facing downward. So you'd have to be able to get under there and pull the clip from the bottom, which is extremely stupid. I don't know why you would design it like that. So we had to take the flathead and push on the clip goes up like this. So we had to push on these two prongs, push them down and out and then pull. So I couldn't really, you know, have either one of us record it because we needed both people, but just to pull and push, but it's stupid. It's hard to tell, but there's metal right here, the metal clip. I had to push both sides down with the flathead, and then once I got it down enough, doing this and this, he had to pull out. So pause, but he had to pull out. Yeah, guys, just if you ever have to change this part, just be prepared for that. Stupid design by Ford.
First. Okay, as you guys can see, this is the part that we have just taken out alongside the new one. And just like Jason was explaining, there's a clip that was on the bottom of the connector that plugs into that firewall. If you can look inside of there, the O-ring is kind of flat, but still in good use. We're going to keep the part because it's still a good part. All we got to do is replace the O-rings and it'll still be good to go. But he bought the new part, so why not just go ahead and put it in there, because he spent over $100 for it. So okay, always when installing any type fitting that has a rubber O-ring seal, make sure that you guys, as you guys can see, this one's already lubricated, ready to go, but this end right here,
Dry.
It's kind of dry. So make sure you guys get some O-ring lubricant. Doesn't matter which one you get, they all kind of work the same. But we're gonna put a little bit on this O-ring. This side's okay.
Even if you put like the fluid that you're putting it into around it, or like some oil around the O-ring, is better than nothing. It's just you don't want it binding up as you're sliding it into place.
Right.
Just put some form of lubricant. I really recommend, you know, O-ring lube for stuff like this. But you know, everyone has their preference, but just put something on it.
That is, make sure that none of your O-rings are binding up as soon as you put it in, you have a leak.
You'll see like what happened here, that'll be what happens to you. So.
Right, so just gonna put a little dab.
And rub it around a little bit. Hell, you could really even use baby oil. No, I'm just playing. Don't do that. I'm playing, don't use baby oil, I'm joking.
So now that you got both sides, well, you can't really tell.
You can't really tell, but it's lubricated.
Yeah.
You can get it over the back?
Yeah.
All right.
Because this piece is not the problem, it's just getting this side on there. We're gonna probably put a little bit more lubricant on there for you.
Yeah, just to be on the safe side.
Okay. And it's on the bottom screw, or the bottom thread.
Yeah, it's on the bottom one.
There we go. So we can just push it in now?
Yeah, you can push it in.
Just to grab me.
All right, so I kid you not, we just spent like at least about 45 minutes trying to get this thing back into the firewall. So what do?
So basically, the O-ring that goes into the firewall was giving us hell. You would think it would be easy to push back in the way it came out, but nah. You gotta at least put like some fucking ultra grown man strength on that.
Let me show you like the space you're working with.
Right.
That's it.
That's
all you can fit.
All you gotta do, try to fit your hand through this little gap right here, and then feel upward. Then you should have a lot more space to move your hand and do what you have to do. But if you can, try to get your hand through here and push on the back of the straight hose that's coming from this way. Try to push on this back side of it, going into the firewall.
It's a tough fit. Like you gotta wiggle and push
right.
it.
It's gonna feel like it's not gonna wanna go in, but it's
gonna
go
go
in.
Yeah.
But after you do that, you can slide this bracket up right here, line it up with the bolts, and then we can get our 13mm nuts and scrap it down.
And before we do that, I'm gonna make sure to push this clip back into place on the bottom. You can see this is not friendly for people with normal size hands. I think I got it in.
Push it up.
It's close. Let me put y'all down for a second so I can make sure I get this in place.
So make sure you guys have that retainer clip pushed all the way up.
Just meaning that quick tug, make sure it's not coming out. Cause that would suck if that comes out. You trying to shift to 8,000 RPM and then
yeah, fluid everywhere.
Okay, yeah, it's up on both sides, so we're good now. But man, that was a pain. All right.
Yeah, that Cerakote on them headers look Brand new still.
Yeah, bro. That Cerakote looks amazing. By the way, shout out Cook's Headers. Yeah, shout out to Jet Hot for that ceramic coating, man, because they look really good still. And they've been on the car now for like, what, 3-4 years?
Yeah.
They look brand new.
Still look brand new.
Let's take this bag out. Can you get it from that angle or no?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It's a little tangled up on the G cover. That is.
Oh, yeah. Let's slide it back.
Okay, we didn't get too much on anything, really.
The bag caught it all.
Oh, that's good.
All right.
Now I just putting those 13 millimeter bolts back in place.
Go ahead and tighten it in, hand tighten. Get it as far as you can, because it's a pretty long thread, so you don't want to be in there all day if you don't have a ratcheting wrench. But we got it there in there as tight as possible. Now,
Again, you can see that's one there, and then we have follow the little metal part. It's one there on the bottom under the brake master.
okay, now we're gonna get into this top one first. As we said before, it's gonna be a little tight, but
As you guys can see, it's way down there.
yeah, once you find it, if you got a ratchet or wrench, it should be a breeze. But down low on the bottom half, you got a little bit of space, but between everything over here, you have no space.
Remember we did greaser, wipe off all this brake fluid. Again, it's not really gonna hurt the plastic stuff, but I just rather, like, if you can, just avoid keeping brake fluid on stuff. So, and a side note, we are actually doing a video, which we were about to do, but then this shit broke. We got a video where people were asking us to do a test with intakes. So what we're gonna do, we got the Steeda Profo closed air. I got the old one we used to up on this car, which is an air raid closed air. And then we have the original one. I think I still have the upper for it. I gotta see if I have the hose. I should. So on this car, we're gonna do 2 different intake tests. We're gonna compare this Steeda to the air raid to see if it actually makes a difference on the dyno. So you guys are gonna meet my other friend. He has a 2016 Mustang GT. We're also gonna use his car in the video. So we're going to be comparing these 2 intakes on this car, and then on his car, we're gonna compare the stock intake if I can find the other parts for it. We're gonna compare, he has an open box intake on there right now, and then I'm gonna give him my air raid after, because we live in Miami, so intake air temps get high as hell. So I know a lot of people were asking for that video, so we'll be effectively comparing about 4 or 5 air intakes. We were planning on doing that coming up to this video, but again, the car broke, so we didn't get a chance to go to the dyno yet. Take this, put it down, up in here.
You guys can't see it, but
that's in place, but I want to make sure this isn't all tangled up. Did it snap itself in?
yeah, I heard it.
Oh. Yeah, I guess it did, huh? Alright, so now we're just gonna make sure it's not leaking, and I gotta start pumping the clutch. Lord knows how many times, but let's see.
Yeah, no leaks. Do it again. Yeah, it's pumping in it.
Make sure you don't let it go too low. Too bad.
Yeah, it's not going down no more. Okay, as you guys can see, we got the brake. Well, we got the clutch master already bled. Jason had to pump the clutch about 100 different times to get it.
500 probably.
Yeah, probably 500 different times in order to get it back to where it's at. But we got it. And now we just clean up all the excess grease and everything, and we're gonna go ahead and test it out to make sure everything is running how it's supposed to.
Before we drive it, let's just see if it rolls. All right, before we drive it, let's just see if it rolls back and forth. No issues. Parked like a month. For whatever reason, my screen decided to take a crap. Look in here. I don't know how well y'all can see that. Oh, let me turn the light off. You guys see these streaks? That was never there. So, yeah, I guess if you have a Sync 3 system and it's starting to get a little old, just keep an eye out for this, I guess. But I'm gonna have to replace this screen eventually because there's no way that's part of the LCD screen that's acting up. But it's been parked in the garage, not in any kind of heat. So I don't know what would have caused that, I guess, aside from this age, but yeah.
All right, YouTube, that's gonna be it for this video. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Check out our Instagram at throttle_havoc.
Yeah, we haven't been releasing videos like that. It's probably gonna be like that for a little minute, but we'll try to get constant out as we can.
Yeah, we're gonna poke y'all, you know, give y'all a little something here and there, but
we got some big plans that we wanna do, right? It's just, you know, gotta take care of what's important in life first, and then we can get to that, so. But definitely just keep an eye out, and we'll keep y'all filled in. So
that's reality.